And then I opened up the blanket, the sheets, and I saw a puddle of blood and my baby
the
there.
fetus, yeah.
And then I was like, I think he's out already. Then I just passed out.
As a young couple, you always think, how hard can it be, right, to have a child? I mean, like you hear so many people like, wow, accidentally also can, like so we wanted to enjoy ourselves. Maybe I was a bit because my doctor tell me, yeah, your sperms are doing very well, don't worry, very healthy. So okay, looks like my lifestyle is quite okay. And then we thought at the time that we wanted to, it would just happen somehow.
Exactly. Yeah. When we actually started trying,
maybe I'll start. Because you can see very vivid, right? I actually started trying. We then realized, it wasn't happening, basically. Like we went to check, every time was so negative. Then it occurred to us that my wife does not have her period regularly.
So initially, earlier days, because I exercise a lot, so a lot of people will tend to say, oh, because you're exercising so much. So I didn't go and pursue it. I was like, okay, I mean, I didn't have my period, you see, so I was quite free. I could do anything I wanted. So I just left it as that. But then later on, when we really wanted to start a family, that's where, it came back to haunt me. And
then after a while, it becomes like stress. Actually, then like even the act of having of doing this became a source of stress for us. Like, wow, like what must we do even more to make sure the baby comes?
Unfortunately, like my mom, she got cancer, right? So then shortly after, she just passed on, right? So she actually didn't get a chance to see me getting pregnant. She didn't get a chance to see her grandchild, So
that's a great regret because I mean by that time we were trying already.
Yeah, and then of course I shared with my friend about this, and he said, hey, we went to this fertility doctor. Would you want to check him out? So so the doctor just did some scans on me, and he was like, your ovaries is polycystic, so it's a very typical condition that we see lah. So okay, what it means is like I have little cysts in my ovaries, and then these are actually eggs that are not mature. So, but you need a mature egg every single month for you to conceive, right? So yeah, I have this difficulty lah. So there's a hormonal imbalance in my body. I will be given this tablet called Clomid, which is it's actually a ovulation-inducing medication. So they want to cause my egg to grow, right? Then I can try when I'm ovulating. So essentially, that was the treatment plan that he put me on. After that, we managed to conceive within a year.
She was eating the hot, like
the
mala, which is never in her. She doesn't really like spicy stuff. So when that happened, I was like, okay, this is weird, So we decided why don't just go get our pregnancy test kit again. And one of the nights we just got her to try lah. And then then
tested positive.
Yeah, that was
quite stunned.
Yeah, it's quite funny because when then she showed me, I actually was stunned for such a long time. Then I just nodded. I think she was quite disappointed about my response.
Yeah.
Everything was going according to plan for the first 6 to 7 months, no issues. Then in the morning, she just told me, there's a dull stomach ache. At that point, because our doctors tell us not every pain is a serious pain. So we didn't take it too bad. We just sort of watched for a few hours. So by late afternoon, we felt, okay, just to be safe, let's go and see a doctor.
Yeah. Okay, so I was wheeled into that room. So a nurse came to scan her, And then she couldn't find it, no matter where she pasted that sticker thing. And then I was like, can't be true lah. I just had my routine check.
Everything was
fine. I think
fine.
it was 2 weeks ago or something.
Yeah.
So I think something must be wrong with your machine lah. Go and get me the real thing, So she went. She's like, no, I really cannot find a heartbeat.
I heard a loud scream, and that kind of scream, it's the most hopeless scream I've ever heard in my life. So I ran in, and then lo and behold, she was already crying. And
I can't really recall the exact words I said. Besides my son, Elliot, I'm about to see you already. Why is this happening? And then I remember we were just hugging each other, crying and crying and crying. I was like, no, I want to go and see my own doctor. I want to go for a second opinion. Then I got a final confirmation that very same night and said, sorry, really can't find. But it's a dead fetus. I have to deliver it anyways. So they try to induce the birth. So that whole period, I think we waited about 2 days.
Yeah. I was so tired already because I think we were like waiting and waiting and waiting. I think I fell asleep in the midst of her pushing. So I was like, just waiting, her holding her hand.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was like pushing.
Yeah.
And then I opened up the blanket, the sheets, and I saw a puddle of blood and my baby
the fetus,
there.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I think he's out already.
Yeah,
then I
so
just passed out.
Next to us, the next, I think, ward, there was a...
Yeah, I could hear, wait.
Yeah,
And then
so-
like, people were like, oh, come out already.
Yeah, there
kind of
was like a
thing.
lot of like happy, laughing, crying. But for us, it's just like,
silence.
yeah, it's total silence, just like tiredness, silence, and just like, okay.
Yeah, it was quite a big contrast.
Yeah, so I think that was also very deeply etched in our minds
Yeah.
when that happened.
Yeah. Wow, I think I was very depressed.
Yeah, so I mean, I can recover. So I think at an early stage, I had to be strong for her. So I mean, for that one whole year, she would always walk past the nursery as if it was not there. So it was just basically a storeroom for us. Well,
I couldn't go into the room
No,
for the longest time.
yeah.
Because whenever like, I'll see something that I prepared or like something I bought for him, then I would just like, oh, it comes. So for the longest time, I just couldn't enter the room. It was always shut.
And on my side, I felt also very broken, very guilty. That period where I had my baby, the business was just picking up. So I didn't take a salary for a year, lift off her salary. So because of that, I don't think I in my mind felt I didn't feed her well. I didn't take care of her as well as I could be if I was drawing a full salary as maybe a worker somewhere or if my business was doing better. I felt huge amount of guilt. So that early period was just consoling her, encouraging her, being there for her. But it was a lot of crying. I know she cried for hours. But I think once that 1 month passed, I think you sort of found some strength.
So we went back to the fertility doctor when we wanted to try for the second child. So he advised us to go back on to the clomid treatment that we saw success in the first round. So then I did that but this time round, it took slightly longer, about 4 or 5 rounds, before we managed to conceive our second child, Elizabeth. What was it like finding out you were pregnant with Elizabeth? Great joy.
For her, great joy. I think for me, a little bit less joy and more caution. Like I kept, hey, let's go check again. Check, make sure the heart is beating. Like, can I buy something to check at home myself? I think my wife was a lot more calm and relaxed about it compared to me. I was like all over the place. I think I remember it was quite funny. Yeah.
My third trimester, so about 7 months or so, we opened up the door. And then we need to fix things up already. We need to start
preparing.
Really buying some pink clothes instead, So
Start sorting.
I started putting my paintings up and stuff like that. And then I think it was 39 weeks. Then she said, do you want to find a time to induce her?
Yeah, so again, I almost missed the moment.
Yeah.
I don't have this bad tendency to
always have this kind of
miss
strange
this
stories,
moment.
right?
So like I went to do the registration as most hospitals would have. Then suddenly everyone started calling, hey, where's the father? I'm still doing registration. You better faster come down. Baby might be coming anytime soon already. And within 10 minutes, Elizabeth popped out. You came out so fast. I almost missed you,
Then I was just crying, but this time it's happy tears. Yeah. I'm like, wow, this is funny that I have her here.
Parenthood or being a father really changed me, and it's all worth it. And after having lost our first one, it makes everything even more, it means so much more, So now I think I treasure all of these that I have more. I have my family, my wife.
And the kind of joy and satisfaction you get from a kid, I think surpasses the pain and the needles that I have to go through, the medication that I have to take. So I think that's probably the reason why we want to go for the next one. So my advice to all young, newlyweds, if you want to start a family and then have kids, please start early.
I mean, just check yourself, get yourself checked. Know that your sperm is strong. Know that your eggs are working. I mean, I know it sounds very technical, right? But I mean, all these things are very important because when we started trying, then we realized so many problems that could arise from that. Then we realized it's not that simple. Of course, for those of you who have healthy bodies, take care of it because it is a privilege to have such a healthy body, and I would say that to a lot of young couples, right?